Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on April the 16th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar. And in terms of the data, positive data, so it looks like we are heading into recovery here. Chinese data is coming up this evening, which will basically, if the data is positive, it will be good for Australian dollar and New Zealand. Coming up on Friday, we do have a fair bit of data. We have CPI numbers here for the year. Even though this is not marked in red, this is important data. So same thing as we saw with the US CPI numbers. So this is inflation numbers. Everybody's concerned about the inflation right now because of the amount of money that is getting pumped into the market by various central banks. So with this one here, if the numbers are within reason here, so if they come in higher than expected, it's okay, as long as they are not too high. The numbers that are too high or too much of a gap in terms of too much of an increase will be a negative thing. But if they are slightly higher, it will be okay. That would just show that prices are moving higher, but they are not a threat to the economy right now. So that will move the prices higher. It's the more concern will be if they're too high. Other than that, we have housing starts and consumer sentiment numbers here for the US, which we'll take a look at. Eurogroup meetings here. So comments, when we have the leaders meeting, it will be the comments that can drive the market. So watch out for any sort of comments from the Eurozone. If they are negative, any kind of concern in regards to the recovery will have a negative impact on the euro. So we'll watch out for that. Let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. So with this one, we had talked about how price was right into the resistance yesterday. So here we are. It's right into resistance here. And our bias is to the downside here. So we see the price wasn't able to go through the resistance, which means we will look for a continuation to the downside here. And 1.19220 will be the target to the downside. So bias here is bearish for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, pound is struggling with the resistance here as well for several days now. Price has been stuck in this range. It has not been able to go through. So last 2 days, it has tested the high, but failed. So with this one, I'm also looking for price to come back into the range, potentially towards the bottom of the range here. In this case, the bias is neutral to bearish. So it's not completely bearish, but as long as price holds below this 1.3810 level, then I'm looking for price to drop towards 1.3665. So neutral to bearish bias here for pound dollar. Aussie here, we were looking for Aussie to go higher. It did that. And now it is into resistance. So just be mindful of that. So price is into 0.7765 area. So bias is still bullish, but the concern will be, can it get through the resistance, because it could turn around here. So this is an area where price had struggled with previously all the way here, and now we are back again. Once it gets through though, so I'm going to say bias is bullish here with caution though, because if it fails to go through the resistance here, it will turn around, but it does have bullishness in it, still looks bullish. Next target is 0.7800. And then above that, should it continue higher, we are looking at 0.7850 level. So bullish bias here. Just the caution would be the resistance where it's currently at. New Zealand dollar, this one also moved higher as discussed. So bias is still bullish here, and I will look for a move higher, but this is again into similar situation to the Aussie here. So this is the move that I'm expecting, but price is a bit into resistance. Let's take a look here. So this is where we are. So this is where it has struggled before, and it could turn around here. So just keep an eye on that. So I would say bias is bullish with caution though. Just be careful once it gets through this resistance though, then we are looking for it to go higher. But this is the place it needs to get through first. So bullish bias for New Zealand dollar. All right, let's take a look at our commodities. Silver here. Silver finally made it through the resistance, and now we have a strong bullish candle close. So looking for a bit of a pullback and then a move back higher. So bullish bias here, 26.40 is the target here. So bullish bias for silver. Same thing with gold. Gold broke through. Next target here is 1775. So bullish bias. We may get a pullback into 1755 and then looking for the next move higher here. So something like that. So bias here is bullish for gold as well. Oil here. Oil hitting resistance right now. So with this one, I would be careful. This is where it has struggled previously. Price struggled here, dropped from here, and on the other side, it bounced off of this level before coming or going through here. Now we are into that resistance level again. So we could see a turnaround. Watch out for that. But there is bullishness, so it could make it could go all the way into 64.80. I wouldn't completely write that off yet, but we just have to be cautious. So neutral to bullish bias here for oil. Copper finally broke out of that range that it had been stuck in. It's still looking bullish. 4.21 is the first target, and then it could go higher into 4.27. So right now, bullish bias for copper. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin seems to be going sideways here. It's creating a very narrow range, still holding on to that bullishness. So bias is neutral. I will look for a move between 61,000, sorry, and 64,750. So neutral bias for Bitcoin. S&P 500 making another leg higher. So bullish, looking quite bullish here. It's broken through that resistance. And next target here, 4,200. So bullish bias for S&P 500. And then we have Nasdaq also looking bullish here. And next here would be 14,200 is the target. Now just watch out that it is into resistance. So we do need to see it go through, but looking bullish for now. Dow Jones also breaking out. So nice solid bullish candle close here. Next target here is 34,300. So this is also bullish. DAX here still trading sideways here. It did close higher towards the top of the range. So we'll have to watch out for a break here. And then the next target here would be 15,400 and potentially 15,500. So bullish bias here for DAX. And then FTSE also breaking out of the range. So this looks bullish here as well. And we have 70.50 as the next target. So that's it for, oh no, we have one more. My apologies. And Nikkei here, Nikkei held that support. This one has been stuck in a range for a while, but it's holding the support level. So we can look for a move higher towards 30,000, back towards the top of the range here. And then we may see a turn. So bias here is bullish for Nikkei. All right, so now that's it for now. So you guys have a wonderful trading day and a wonderful weekend. And I will be back again with the weekly analysis on Sunday. Bye for now.